What's up, guys? Chris here from Mainly Mesh. Last review I'm going to do for you guys today is talking about the all-new Epoch Integra gloves. So these are the only ones I actually have on my hands at this time. No pun intended. But as you can see, I've been beating the snot out of these for a while. This was one of their pre-release versions, so technically I was a part of the Inside Lacrosse Isle Committed Academy. I'm going to UNC, trust me. But yeah, let me take you through the parts of this glove that I've liked and what I haven't liked, and we'll go from there. So let's just start with the overall exterior. So what's kind of funny about these are actually 14s, like I said. These are the pre-production, so the pinky needed to be tweaked a little. There are a few things that weren't quite the final version, but still these treated me really well. The most important thing I kind of look at, first of all, is overall fit when you slide it on. These have a really flexible fit. A nice solid palm. They stuck with that classic axe suede material that you see on a few different gloves, and as you can see, there's really only one seam in that glove, which will kind of prevent it from ripping. As you can see, I've really put a lot of effort into a lot of use into these gloves, and haven't had any weak spots expose themselves across my palm. They fit well, very well ventilated. Let's get to the protection. So really across the back, we see just kind of a standard glove protection. You can see this kind of Y signifying the carbon bond that you also see in the prequel and sequel heads. That's just a little design thing. But it only starts to get funky once we get along this kind of thumb section, right? So we can see this carbon fiber overlay, and what's really cool about these gloves is this is actual real carbon fiber. So it's not, a lot of companies will use kind of a fake fabric to cover this up, but this is real carbon fiber. So what that means is that this is actually gonna provide you with a little bit of extra protection if you get slashed across that thumb. It's just that hard surface that's going to evenly distribute that force throughout the high-def polymer underneath it. So it's really protective in the thumb area, which is something that I thought you could actually feel. Sometimes with even some more protective gloves, you get hit across the thumb in just the right way, and it would really send a stinger. You know, I've had a ton of bloody thumbnails back in the day, but this treated me really well, and I never had one of those shocking moments where I like took off my glove and was shaking my hand and had to take a second before I got back on the field. So I don't know if that's just me making it up, but it's a cool feature. Real carbon fiber, showing, you know, Epoch's dedication to putting some really high technology, some really, you know, sometimes costly materials into their products, which is pretty cool. The next biggest thing I look for is kind of the pinky protection. And so this is a bad example because, like I said, this is the pre-production version that had a faulty pinky. So I will show you what I mean by that. As I kind of close my hand, you can see how this is kind of curling over, and you see how my pinky's kind of sticking out here? Well, that stinks if you're protecting your stick like this and you get hit across the pinky, right? My full fingernail is exposed there. So they did fix that on the final version to make sure it was kind of coming over more cleanly. I think they might have added another little piece of padding here, but don't quote me on that. Like some other things from the pre-production, as you can see, this stitching kind of wore out. I haven't heard any examples of that on the real gloves. But let me know, comment in the comments down below if you guys did see it. Luckily, they have some pretty good turnaround time on these, so Epoch could kind of make tweaks if need be, but that's really about it. The protection has been awesome, fit's been really nice, but there's one final feature I have to talk about. So that feature is what Epoch is calling phase change technology. So what that is kind of this hard to explain material. As you can hear, it's Velcroed on in there. So this stuff right here is a really cool material that is basically a proactive temperature control compared to a reactive one, right? So if you're wearing an Under Armour shirt or something that is moisture wicking per se, that is a reactive material. As I start sweating, it starts wicking away the moisture, and that supposedly keeps me cool. It actually usually heatens you up. What is the word? Warms you up? Is that... Did I just discover like a flaw in the English language? Heats you up. Holy cow, that was a brain fart and a half. Heats you up. God. The snow's getting to me. I need to go back to school. So, phase change technology is actually a proactive material. So there's a really cool demo that you can do where if you have a glove completely made of this thing, right, like a little oven mitt, you can put it on a hot stove. You actually won't feel your hand get any hotter, because what this does is it kind of absorbs, I don't know the actual scientific process. So some magic happens and it keeps that heat from transferring to your body. Same thing goes with keeping you cool. If you were to put it on a really cold plate, on a block of ice, your hand would still feel pretty warm because it's going to kind of keep that, oh my gosh, the English language is not coming to me today. It's going to keep that cold from permeating through the phase change technology into your hand. So it's something that's going to be able to keep you cool when it's cold out, keep you warm when it's, holy cow, it's going to be able to keep you warm when it's cold out, keep you cold when it's warm out. Yeah. And it's something that you can definitely feel. Obviously, it's not, you know, a complete and total game changer because you can only get that along the back of the palm. The front of your palm is still permeable. There's still mesh holes here. So if it's a cold game, cold air is going right through that. Don't expect that to keep your hands warm. But it's something you can kind of feel on the back, and it's something that we might see used more and more in Epoch technologies in the future. Epoch products. Gosh darn it. But yeah, overall, great glove. Is it the best glove on the market? I will not go say that. I have been a Maverick Roam fanboy for the last like 8 years and still think it's an amazing glove. There are a lot of really good gloves on the market, so I'm not going to go and say this is the single best product on the market because it's not that game changing. But as far as the first product goes, it's an incredibly solid first product. Introducing the carbon fiber is something no other manufacturer is doing that I know of. The axe weight is really solid. It's one of the best options on the market without really breaking the bank. And so I think it's an incredible way to go, especially if you already love the Epoch brand. So these gloves come in 3 colors. They come in a white, a gray, and a black colorway. If you want to snag any of them, click the link in the bio down below. Ask me any questions down there as well. Like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter. I'm going to go take a nap and hopefully read the dictionary because it is not coming to me today. Thanks so much. Catch you guys next time.